It always starts the same way. A call comes in. Routine, calm. Nothing urgent, nothing dangerous. Just another address, another report, another situation that needs to be checked. And for most officers, that's all it is. Another call, another night. But sometimes, the call isn't the problem. It's what's already there, waiting. Officer Daniel Reeves had worked night shifts for 8 years, long enough to stop feeling nervous, long enough to stop expecting surprises. The town he worked in wasn't known for crime. It was quiet, predictable, the kind of place where most calls ended with a warning or nothing at all. That's why when the dispatch came through, he didn't think twice. Unit 12, welfare check, possible disturbance. Neighbor reports strange noises. No response from resident. Daniel grabbed his radio. Unit 12 en route. Simple, routine, nothing unusual. He drove through the empty streets, headlights cutting through the darkness. The town looked the same as always. Quiet houses, closed shops, no movement. But something felt off. Not enough to stop him. Not enough to question it. Just a feeling. The kind you ignore. The kind you push aside. Until it's too late. He arrived at the address within minutes. A small house. One story. Lights off. No movement. No sound. Daniel stepped out of the car slowly. The air felt colder than it should have. Still, heavy, like something was holding it in place. He walked toward the front door, knocked once, no response. Knocked again, still nothing. He reached for the handle, unlocked. He paused, just for a second. Something in his chest tightened. A hesitation, a warning, but he ignored it. Because that's what you do. You follow procedure, you do your job. He opened the door, slowly. The house was dark, completely dark. His flashlight clicked on. The beam cut through the black, revealing a normal living room, couch, table, nothing out of place. But something didn't feel right. The air, it smelled wrong, not strong, not obvious, but enough, like something had been there, too long. Police department, he called out. No answer. He stepped inside. The floor creaked beneath his boots, louder than usual, every step echoing. Then, a sound, from deeper inside the house, a faint dragging noise. Daniel froze. Listened. The sound stopped. Silence. Then, nothing. He moved toward the hallway, long, dark, the kind that seems longer than it should be. At the end, a door, slightly open. Daniel raised his flashlight, started walking, each step slow, careful, controlled. The closer he got, the colder it felt, like the temperature was dropping, like something was pulling the warmth out of the air. Then, movement, inside the room, a shadow, quick, gone. Daniel raised his weapon. Show me your hands. No response. He pushed the door open. The beam of light entered first, then him. The room was empty, completely empty, except for one thing, a chair, placed in the center, facing the corner. Daniel stepped closer, slowly, and that's when he saw it, on the wall, scratched, deep, uneven, words carved into the paint. You came alone. Daniel felt his chest tighten, his grip on the flashlight shaking slightly. Then, his radio crackled, loud, sudden. He flinched. Unit 12, respond. Daniel grabbed it quickly. Go ahead. There was a pause. Then, we're receiving multiple calls from your location. Daniel frowned. What do you mean? Silence. Then, neighbors reporting screaming coming from inside the house. Daniel's breath caught. I just got here. There's no one. And then, a whisper right behind him. So close it brushed his ear. You're not alone. Daniel spun around instantly. Weapon raised. Flashlight shaking. Nothing. The room was empty, but the door was now closed. Slowly, something scratched against it. From the outside, a slow, deliberate, dragging sound. Daniel backed away, heart pounding. Then, another voice. This time, from the corner where the chair was facing. Soft, low, broken. You weren't supposed to come. Daniel's light snapped toward the corner. Nothing, just wall, just shadows, but the voice felt real, too real. Then the chair moved, just slightly, a small scrape across the floor. Daniel's breath stopped, and that's when he realized something horrifying. The chair was no longer facing the corner, it was facing him. And suddenly, his radio screamed with static, loud, violent, overlapping voices, whispers, screams, all at once. Daniel dropped it, hands shaking, and then every light in the house turned on at once, blinding, bright. And for just a second, he saw it, standing in the doorway, a figure, tall, still, watching. And then everything went dark again, silence, complete. When backup arrived, they found the house empty, no sign of forced entry, no signs of struggle, no evidence of anyone else inside. Just Daniel, standing in the middle of the room, staring at the wall, not speaking, not moving, and the words on the wall were gone, completely gone, like they had never been there. Daniel never returned to duty, because the only thing he said before he quit was, "It knew I was coming before I did." Some calls don't come with urgency, no screaming, no panic, no sense of danger, just silence. And sometimes that silence is the warning. Officer Maria Lopez had worked highway patrol for 6 years, long stretches of empty roads, miles of nothing, just asphalt cutting through darkness. Most nights were quiet, too quiet, but Maria preferred it that way, because out there was nothing unpredictable, no crowded streets, no chaos, just the road and whatever happened on it. That night started like any other, cold, still, the kind of night where the sky feels endless. She was parked along a long stretch of desert highway, engine idling, radio low, watching the road, waiting. Then the call came in, calm, routine. Unit 27, report of abandoned vehicle, engine running, no driver present. Maria grabbed the radio. Unit 27 en route, no urgency, no backup requested, just a simple check. She pulled onto the highway, lights cutting through the darkness. The road stretched endlessly ahead, empty, no cars, no movement, nothing. After about 10 minutes, she saw it. A vehicle on the side of the road, headlights still on, driver's door slightly open, engine running. Maria slowed, pulled behind it, her patrol lights flashing red and blue into the empty desert. The colors bounced across the sand, across the road, across nothing. She stepped out of the car. The air was colder out here, strangely cold, the kind that doesn't match the desert. She approached the vehicle slowly, hand near her weapon. Standard procedure, but something felt off. Not danger, not exactly, just wrong. The engine hummed quietly, steady, normal, but everything else felt too still. She reached the driver's door, pushed it open. It creaked slightly. The interior light flickered on, empty. No driver, no passenger, no signs of struggle, no blood, nothing, just abandoned. Maria leaned in, checked the seat, the floor, the glove compartment. Everything looked untouched. Then she noticed the radio. It was on, but not playing music, just static, constant, like something trying to come through. Maria reached forward, turned the knob. The static stopped instantly, silence. Then, a voice. "Help me." Maria froze, her hand still on the radio. The voice was weak, distorted, barely there, but human. "Hello," she said, her voice steady, controlled, no response. Then, again, "He's still here." Maria stepped back slowly, her eyes scanning the desert. Nothing, just darkness. Just empty land stretching in every direction. Then, she saw them. Footprints. In the sand. She hadn't noticed them before. They started near the driver's side, leading away from the car, straight into the desert. Single line. Deep. Clear. Like someone walking slowly. Not running, not panicking, just walking. Maria hesitated, just for a moment. Then she followed, flashlight in hand. each step careful, the beam bouncing across the ground. The footprints continued, unbroken, step after step, leading further into the darkness, the road behind her fading, the patrol car lights growing dim, red and blue flickering weaker with distance. Then, something changed. The air felt heavier, colder, the silence deeper. Even her own footsteps sounded wrong, muted, like the desert was absorbing the sound. Maria stopped, listened, nothing. Then, a sound behind her, a faint crunch, like someone stepping on sand. Maria turned instantly, flashlight snapping around. Nothing, just the empty road, the distant glow of her patrol car. She turned back, focused on the footprints again, and that's when she noticed it. They had stopped, completely, mid-step, one footprint, then nothing. No turn, no drag, no indication of where the person went, just ended. Maria frowned, her mind trying to process it. That's not possible. There should be more, there had to be more, but there wasn't. Just one last step, and then nothing. Then the radio, from the car, crackled loudly, even from the distance. Maria turned her head. The sound echoed across the desert, and the voice came back, louder this time, clearer. Don't turn around. Maria froze, her breath caught. Too late, because she already had, behind her, footsteps in the sand, slow, heavy, deliberate, not hers. Maria turned fully, flashlight shaking slightly, and that's when she saw it. A figure, standing near her patrol car, still, watching, too far to see clearly, too dark to make out details. But there was something wrong, the way it stood, too straight, too still, like it wasn't breathing, like it wasn't alive. Maria raised her voice. Police. Identify yourself. The figure didn't move, didn't react, just stood there, watching. Then, it took a step forward, slow, heavy. The sound carried across the sand. Maria felt her chest tighten. Then, another step. Closer, and suddenly the radio screamed again. He's not in front of you. Maria's blood ran cold. Her grip tightened on the flashlight. He's behind you. Maria didn't move. Couldn't. Her body locked. Her mind racing. Then, a breath. Right behind her. Close. Too close. Warm. Wet. Maria spun around instantly. Flashlight snapping back. Nothing. Just empty desert. But the footprints had changed. There were more now, surrounding her, every direction, circling, dozens of them, deep, fresh, like something had been walking around her. The entire time, Maria stumbled back, heart pounding violently. Then, the figure near the car was gone, completely gone, no movement, no sound, just gone. Then, the voice, right next to her, soft, clear, not distorted anymore. I never left. Maria ran. Didn't think. Didn't hesitate. Just ran. Back toward the road, toward her patrol car. Her boots slipping in the sand. Breathing heavy. Heart racing. She reached the car. Jumped inside. Locked the doors instantly. Her hands shaking as she grabbed the radio. Dispatch. Static. Only static. Then, the voice. From inside the car. Right behind her. Soft. Close. Why did you come back? Maria turned slowly, and for just a second, she saw it. In the back seat, a shape watching her, and then it disappeared. The radio went silent. The desert returned to normal. Backup arrived 20 minutes later. They found Maria sitting in the driver's seat, frozen, staring forward. The abandoned vehicle was gone. Completely gone. No tracks. No evidence. Nothing. And the only thing Maria said afterward was, the voice wasn't asking for help, or glokokokur, or glokokur. Some cases don't close, not because they're unsolved, but because they don't make sense. No evidence, no explanation, no logic, just something wrong. And the worst ones, they don't end when the report is filed. They stay with you, they follow you, they change you. Officer James Carter had been a detective for 12 years. Homicide Division. He had seen everything, or at least he thought he had. until the case that didn't behave like a case. It started with a 911 call. Short, distorted, barely understandable. A woman's voice, whispering, "He's inside." Then silence. A call traced to an apartment complex on the edge of the city. Old building, cheap rent, thin walls. The kind of place where people mind their own business, or pretend to. Carter arrived with another officer. Standard procedure. Nothing unusual. The hallway smelled stale. Dim lights flickering overhead. The kind of place that always feels darker than it should. They found the apartment. Door closed. No sound from inside. Carter knocked. Police. No response. He knocked again. Harder. Still nothing. He exchanged a look with his partner. Then, he tried the handle. Unlocked. The door creaked open slowly. The apartment was dark. Too dark. Like the light from the hallway didn't want to enter. Carter stepped inside, flashlight on. The beam moved across the room. Furniture, walls, everything normal. But something felt wrong. The air. It felt heavy, like it hadn't moved in a long time. Police department. Carter called out. Silence. Then, a sound. From the bedroom. A faint tapping. Slow. Uneven. Carter motioned to his partner. They moved together, carefully. Each step controlled. The closer they got, the louder the tapping became. Tap. Pause. Tap. Pause. Like someone was thinking. Carter reached the bedroom door, pushed it open. The flashlight beam cut through the darkness and stopped. There was a man sitting on the floor, facing the wall, completely still. Carter lowered his weapon slightly. "Sir, show me your hands." No response. The man didn't move, didn't react. Just sat there, staring at the wall. Carter stepped closer, slowly. "Sir, can you hear me?" Nothing. The tapping had stopped. The room was silent. Too silent. Carter circled slightly, trying to get a better angle. That's when he noticed it. The wall, in front of the man, covered in writing. Words, scratched, repeated, over and over. "He's behind me, he's behind me, he's behind me." Carter felt his chest tighten. "Sir," the man spoke, without turning, soft, flat. "He told me not to look." Carter exchanged a glance with his partner. "What are you talking about?" The man's head twitched slightly, just a small movement. He said if I look, he'll be closer. Carter stepped forward. "Who?" Silence. Then, the man whispered, "You'll see him too." Carter reached out, placed a hand on the man's shoulder. "Sir, turn around." The man didn't resist. Slowly, he turned, and Carter froze, because the man's face was wrong. His eyes were wide, too wide, bloodshot, but focused. Not on Carter, not on anything in the room, but past him, like he was looking at something behind Carter. Carter felt a chill run down his spine. "Sir, there's nothing behind me." The man's lips trembled. Then he smiled, slightly. "Don't turn around." Carter felt something shift inside him. That instinct, that warning, the same one officers learn to trust, but sometimes ignore. And in that moment, he didn't listen. He turned, slowly, carefully. The flashlight beam moved across the wall, across the door, across empty space. Nothing. There was nothing there. Carter exhaled slightly. Then, the light flickered, just once, and in that split second, he saw it, a shape, standing in the corner, tall, still, watching. Then, darkness again. The light steadied. The corner was empty. Carter's breathing changed, faster now, less controlled. He turned back to the man. "Did you see that?" The man nodded slowly, tears forming in his eyes. "He gets closer every time you look." Carter's partner spoke up. "There's nothing here. We need to get him out." They helped the man to his feet. He didn't resist, didn't struggle, just kept looking. Past Carter, always past him. They walked him out of the apartment, into the hallway. The light there felt different, safer, normal. But Carter didn't feel normal. Something was wrong. Something wasn't adding up. They placed the man in the patrol car. Carter stood there for a moment, thinking. Then he heard it, a whisper, soft, faint, from inside the apartment. "Don't leave." Carter turned back slowly. The apartment door was open. He was sure he had closed it, but now it stood slightly ajar, dark inside, waiting. His partner called out, "Carter, let's go." But Carter didn't move, because something inside him wanted to know. He stepped back inside. Slowly, the air felt heavier now, colder, the silence deeper. He moved toward the bedroom again. The door was still open, the wall still covered in writing, but something had changed. There was something new. At the bottom, fresh, scratched, uneven, words that hadn't been there before. "You looked." Carter felt his stomach drop. Then a sound behind him, a soft breath, close, too close. He didn't turn this time. He couldn't, because now he understood. The man wasn't crazy. The warnings weren't random. And the moment he turned before, he had made a mistake. A terrible mistake. The whisper came again. Closer, clearer. "I'm right here." Carter's grip on the flashlight tightened, his entire body frozen, and slowly, very slowly, he realized something horrifying. He couldn't hear his partner anymore. He couldn't hear the hallway. He couldn't hear anything outside. Just the breathing behind him. And the more he focused on it, the closer it felt. Then the light flickered again, and for just a second, his shadow wasn't alone. Warvukor, Warkor, Warkor, Warvukor, Warkor, Warkor, Warvukor. Carter was found hours later, standing in the same room, facing the wall, not moving, not speaking, just staring, and carved into the wall, over and over, in uneven, desperate scratches, were the same words. "He's behind me. Wolololokor, Wolo, Wololokor, Wolola, Wolokor." And the case file. Closed. Official explanation. Psychological break. But Carter's partner never returned to that apartment, because he said one thing before he transferred. "I never saw anything, but when Carter turned around, something moved behind him,